Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Can we all hear me? Hello, you can unmute yourself. You're muted. Please, you're responding. Hello, is everybody here?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay, and welcome to this beautiful session. I don't know how beautiful it is, actually. By the way, my name is Zainab Ibrahim. Can you all quickly introduce yourself in like 2 minutes? No, not each person 2 minutes. Like everybody should just introduce themselves. Let's do that within 2 minutes. Okay, so Absamad. Yeah, that's correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can you quickly introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Absamad by name. I'm graduate of chemical engineering. I'm currently intern as graduate research assistant at Department of Chemical Engineering, Ladoke Akitola University of Technology.
Oh, wow.
I'm curious to learning Python because it's very advanced software, it's growing software, which I can use it for so many things based on industry, and they're also using it for research. And my plan is to learn Python and later advance to machine learning.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's my goal. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here as a fellow Ladukite, as a fellow former chemical engineering graduates, everything. Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Absalom. Yeah,
Are you a graduate of chemical engineering?
yes, I am.
Wow. Okay, okay,
All
okay.
right,
I'm
okay.
so happy to meet a fellow Ladokite and chemical engineer.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Okay. Lola, is that right?
Wow.
I'm just reading the name on my screen. Don't mind me. So just bear with me. Lola, hi, it's nice to meet you. Are you there with me? Oh, she, I don't know if she's here or not. But it's nice to meet everybody, and it's nice to have you here. I'll be your instructor for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, and I hope you at the end of the program you'll be able to like take one or two things that you can advance for your own purpose. Yeah. So it's nice to meet you all, and I welcome you to this program. So one thing about me, I just like to go straight to whatever it is that I want to do. So I'm just going to go straight to the whole thing. So I shared a notebook with you on the group. So although we'll not be opening that yet, I will just try to show you how you can install the application we'll be using for this for to learn Python. Because there are different what we call IDEs, integrated development environment, where you can run Python. Like you have PyCharm, we have VS Code that we can use to run Python definitely. And we have Anaconda, Navigator, which has Jupyter Notebook and a whole lot of other things in it. So we'll be using Anaconda to we'll install Anaconda, and we'll have to use the Jupyter Notebook that comes with the Anaconda. So I'm going to share my screen right now. If I'm going too fast or you need me to come again in some aspects, you need me to explain some things, just let me know. Okay? Are we together? Hello?
Yes. Yes, we are together.
Yeah, and I would also like one thing from you guys. Please just try as much as possible to respond when I ask questions and all of that. It makes the whole thing interactive, and we all know if we are on the same page or not. That's the only thing I ask of you. Okay?
All right, man.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to show you how to install Anaconda. So can you all see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So what we'll just do is go ahead, search for, and just you can just search for Anaconda. Like I would actually paste the link on the group. I had the link before in that notebook. It's on the in the notebook. But just follow this. So search for Anaconda. I would share this link on the group right now. So yeah, I think that should be fine. So go click on the link. You should take it to a page that looks like this. So once you get there, because most likely if you have never used Anaconda before or ever installed Anaconda or do anything with Anaconda, you would have to click on get started. If you're a returning user like me, I have an account with Anaconda, so I can click on returning user and I can just log in and download Anaconda. But as a first timer, you might need to like click on get started to get started with using Anaconda. So the fastest way for me to do it right now is just to say with Google. But it's going to tell me that I have an account and blah blah. But if not, you'd have to like sign. But I think if I use this account, yeah, you should tell me to actually register. So let me just register with this. Okay. I hope you're following along.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah. So for me, okay, I don't know if I've used this account before because it just brought me right here. But okay, fine. I clicked on that account. It really did not tell me to do any of other thing. So just click on download. But since if you're using Windows, you can click on this for Windows. If you are using Mac, you can click on that of Mac. If you are using any other one, you can, if you are using Linux, then definitely. But I think most of us, if you're using Linux, did you say you're using Linux? Okay. So whatever
No,
it
no,
is
no.
you're using, I know most of us might be using Windows or Mac, probably. So just download an installer and then you can, or you can just click on free download or something. Since we're doing it free download, click on free download. And I do not want to download anything, so that is bringing me back here. Okay, so I think I have to sign in. I do not have a choice. So once, let's sign in. Why is it taking me back? Okay. Let's just go ahead and start. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I sent the the wrong link. That was my fault. Because I was wondering why it didn't start immediately. Still the same thing. Oh, let me stop that because I don't want to install. I don't want to download it again. So just click on the one for Windows. Yeah, I think I was making a different mistake. Just click on Windows. Let me go back there. So once you get to this page, just click on this download. It's going to download immediately for whatever it is that you're using. Hello, are we together? Hello, are we together?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. So just click on the one, this download button, and then you have it there. So let me just delete this. Wait, is it still going? No, 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 no. Where is my... Okay, so once you have it downloaded, I don't know how long yours is going to take, but once you're done downloading, just go ahead, try to search for wherever it is, maybe in your downloads or something. Yeah, just try to go to where that file is. Okay, so now once you have it downloaded, just double click on it, on the file that you downloaded, the executable file. So wait for it to show up. Your system might be faster than mine. So it's supposed like, you see, it's still trying to load up. So it's going to like show up in a minute. In less than a minute. Yeah. Legend down. Okay, hold on. I think this is still getting downloaded. Oh, I clicked on something else. It's wasting my data. Okay, so okay, so once you have double click on it, it's pretty straightforward. It's not difficult to install. So once you double click, this is what is going to show up. Then you can click on run, wait for it. Then it's going to show up this verify installer like that until 100%. Then you can click on next, then agree. Then just clicking on next. So you can leave this as default because I have Anaconda is going to like tell me some people. Just keep clicking on next and then allow it to download. And then, okay. So once it's done downloading, done installing rather, you can now open. So I'm going to like just wait for a minute or two for you guys to like finish downloading. That's in case you are following along with me. Are you? Are you guys with your system? Are you trying to follow along? Have you downloaded?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, are we all together? Hello, are we there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if you're done installing, you can now, there are different ways in which you can open your Anaconda front, or you can open your Jupyter Notebook. There are different ways, and I'm going to show you those different ways right now. Okay, so let's go to the start menu here. If you're using Windows 11, I think you know where your start menu is. Yeah. So you see, don't mind that I have to an Anaconda navigator. Just don't mind. And you see something, the one that has this 64 bits. You would not even have to. You only have one. There's a reason I have to actually. So, just yours might be showing the Jupyter Notebook if you have it launched, but most times you might not have it launched. So just click on the Anaconda navigator here and try to open it. So double click actually. So once you have it open, okay, let me close this because this one's okay. So it should show up like in a minute. It sometimes comes up slowly like that. So just give it a minute. It's going to show up now. So once it shows up, you see that you have ellipse. It's already trying to show up. If you can see my screen, you see that green circle or donut. Yeah, that's showing something like initializing. Yeah, loading user. It's trying to open. So once it's open, let's see how it opens. Let's see what happens there. Okay. It's taking its time. It's precious time. Okay, I think it's open. Yeah. So it's going to show up somewhat like this on your screen
Hello.
where you have, hello, yeah. Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. I said my network is very bad over here, but I'm following up.
Oh, okay, okay,
But I've
okay.
not downloaded the Anaconda.
Oh, just don't worry, before the end of the class is going to finish downloading. Just wait for it. Yeah, no problem. So we look at this, but you can still, it's something that you can still catch up with. And don't worry, I'm recording the class, but I don't know if I'll be able to like upload it before tomorrow. But it's something that you can easily follow along later on. So yeah, you have PyCharm, you have a lot of these other tools here that's your service. Let me put it that. They are at your service that you can use and launch. But mostly we'll be focusing, you see the PyCharm that I mentioned is also a Python IDE. So, but we're using Jupyter Notebook and we'll focus on that majorly for the purpose of this class. So yours might not show up launch immediately. It might show something like this installed because you're opening it for the first time. But because I already have Jupyter Notebook, it's telling me to just launch straight up. So I can click on launch and it's going to, the Jupyter Notebook is going to open in your default browser. Maybe if Chrome is your default browser, it's going to open in your Chrome. If, what's it called? Microsoft Edge or Phoenix browser, any other browser that you have, whatever it is your default browser, that's where it's going to open. So my own default browser is Chrome, so definitely it's going to open in Chrome. So that's how you're going to find your Jupyter Notebook. So once you launch it, the next time you want to open it, you can just easily say, just launch it directly from here and it's just going to open in your default browser straight up. You do not need to go to open Anaconda Navigator before you open it the next time you want to use it. Okay, so yeah, that's just it. So whatever it is that you have, all the files or folders that you have in your on your PC is going to like show up this way. So you have to navigate to whatever location or folder that you want to have your work in. So for me now, it's actually on my desktop. So I'm just going to double click to open. So I already have like a folder for this training. Do you get? So I can just open this folder. So you can create a folder on your desktop like that too. So let me go back so I'll show you again. Oh, desktop. Okay. So this is going to show up all folders, all locations that you have on your PC. So once you do that, just navigate to wherever you want your file to be, or wherever folder that the normal way you even open any folder that is on your desktop or downloads or anywhere in your PC. So mine, I have mine in desktop. So I'm going to double click on that to open. So I have the file that I want in these 3 weeks Python training. So I'm going to open that. So yeah, I have all these notebooks here. I can just open the one that I want right now. But let's assume that I am not like opening a notebook that already exists. I want to create a notebook that I want to start with from scratch. All I need to do is, if maybe I have a folder or I want to create a folder directly from here instead of just going to my file manager to open, to create a folder and then open it from here. What I will just do is, I'll come here, I can create a folder, new folder inside this place if I want to, so that I'll be able to like have all my files there. Or like for you now that you probably do not have a Python training folder, you can just directly create it on your desktop while you were still here. While you were still here, you could just say new and new folder. So then you name it whatever it is you want to name it. So but mine is here already. I do not want to create a new folder. Okay. So The next thing that if I want to create a new notebook, I will just need to click on notebook to create that notebook, and that will be it. So this is what the notebook would look like. It's empty for now. I've not written anything, so it's looking empty. But if you want to open a notebook that already exists, let's take for instance that file that I sent. We'll be using the file that I sent to you on WhatsApp. Yeah. So what you do is probably when you downloaded it, you save it to a particular location, maybe your download or your desktop or your folder in the folder. Just navigate to wherever it is, just like the way I did right now. And then try to open this getting started with Python. I think that was the one I sent to you in the group. So there are some instructions there already that you can just follow through. That will be just guide us through the process of this class and the code. So this is just what it looks like. And this is one of the major reasons that I'm using Jupyter Notebook, because it allows you to create like a note in something that is called a markdown. So you can create notes so that you build like something that will guide you through this class, so that when you come back to it, you can say, okay, this is what we did in class today. And then you can follow along with it. It's not just expecting a video at the end of the class or something. So this is one of the reasons why I sent the note. I'm using Jupyter Notebook instead of probably PyCharm. PyCharm will not allow you to do the create notes like this. No, you will not be able to like create notebooks like this in PyCharm. So, which is why we're using Jupyter Notebook for this class. Okay. So yeah, and one headache that would probably be having in this class is having to enter the classroom again, because the minimum time for the free version of Zoom is the maximum time is 40 minutes. So we can't spend more than 40 minutes in a single session. So we have to like, it's the same link. You just have to like click on it again to join the meeting again once I started. So that's just the only cross to this class. So, but we'll be fine. We're using the free version, so definitely we have to like go through the stress of logging in again. And I think one of the reasons I'm using Zoom is because it's really easier to, even if your network is very poor, you can still like hear something. But if you're so in 10 minutes, you might need to like leave the group and join again. It's not as same link, just join again. That's it. Okay. So let me pause here so that I will not have to rush in to getting started with Python. So if you get what we've done so far, can I see a thumbs up? Or if you need me to explain something again, just let me know so I can go back to it. So if you get what we've done so far, just a thumbs up with me. Okay. Are we together? Hello. I hope I'm not the only one here.
Yes, we are with you, ma.
Okay, cool. All right, great. All right, so have you gotten what we've done so far? Do you get it? Are we together? Or is there a place where you've gotten lost that you didn't need to explain again before you take a pause and go back?
Yes, ma'am. It's about just the installation, but I can do that later because my network is very poor over here.
Okay. Okay. So that's fine. Just try to do the installation, although we'll not be doing much today. So I'm sure that by tomorrow, everybody should have the Python installed. So yeah, we can move on from there. Abusama, did you not said anything? Is your download done?
Yes, I have Anaconda before.
Okay.
Yes, I have
So
Anaconda.
have you installed this now? Or have you
Yes,
opened it?
yes,
Okay. Were you able to create a new file and
yes,
or open the one that I sent to the group?
yes.
Okay, cool then. So Xiaomi, do you want me to call you Xiaomi or by your name? Please, who is this? I want to like know you by your name. Because what's displaying here is just Xiaomi, Xiaomi 231. Yeah. So can I get your name, please? Oh, so can I say Mustafa or Mr. Kurian? Mustafa, let me just call you Mustafa. Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Mustafa. Yeah, cool. So have you been able, okay, you said your network is not okay, but I would expect that at the end of this class, you'd be able to download the Anaconda Navigator, and then
Yes,
tomorrow you'd have it ready for use. Okay?
yes.
Oh. So, but if you have any question about what we're doing so far, just let me know so that I would go back and explain it again. I'm fine with that anytime. That's what we are here to do, to learn. So no rushing. I might look like I'm rushing sometimes, but I would give you time to like take a breath and then see where you are, if you are catching up or if you're on the same page with me. Okay, so that's fine. Um, okay, back to our notebook. So yeah, welcome to your first Python session. Yeah, in this notebook we'll explore some of the basics of Python. We'll not do much, don't worry. Um, some of the basics of Python, such as setting up the environment, writing your first code, understanding variables. We'll not go too far, don't worry, because I think so that next class we'll not have to like repeat stuff. So I'll just hold everything. But let me just walk you through how you can use your Jupyter notebook. So what you have here is, let me open this one here. Now, when you open a new file that nothing exists in it, definitely this space is where you can write your code. Like I can easily write print something right now. Hello world, like that. And then this is like one of the simplest Python code I would ever write. Like that's your first code. So if I want to run this and see, like what I'm trying to say is this print is like a command that I'm saying, okay, oh, I want you to display hello world, and it's going to do exactly that. But to be able to like run it and see it, there are different ways. In Jupyter Notebook, I think this particular one is specific to Jupyter Notebook, and it's the shortest form in which you can run a Python script in Jupyter Notebook. And for this line, what you just need to do is say shift, click on shift and enter. And then you see it's displayed here, hello world, like that. Okay? Another way in which you can do it is you see this play button here. You can use it to run the cell, and it's going to run exactly like that. This stop button is probably something is running for too long. You can just click on the stop button to interrupt it. So it's going to interrupt the kernel and all. So then you can write as many lines of codes as possible, different, you can write another code here, and you can write as many lines as possible here as well. We'll talk more about that when we start talking about Python deeply. Okay, so that is how you can run your file. That's one thing you can do with your with Jupyter Notebook, definitely with Python. Yeah. So another thing is, if you want to save something, you want to make sure you're saving all the time. You can just easily click on save or save notebook or save notebook as something else. You can save as probably you can save as HTML file. You can save as, I think you can save as PowerPoint, but not so much like that. Or you can even download it, or you can export. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. You can export as PDF or any other structure that you want in HTML, text, markdown, and all of these things. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the things that you can easily do with this file button. Then you can edit and all of those things. So let's assume that I want to delete. Now, there are two parts. Let me say this first. There are two parts to this particular section. Like This is where the command part, like where you can write your commands, your Python codes, your scripts, and everything. This is where you can do that. Okay? So this is where you write your code and run it. But there are times that you might need to like just, this is just beauty of this thing. There are times that you might need to do some extra things, like maybe create a cell down below or up above, or delete a particular cell. This is a cell, like I mentioned, this is a single cell, this is another cell, like that. This is one cell, this is another cell. So if I need to like delete this cell, for instance, what I just need to do is, because this is Jupyter Notebook, I have a reason for emphasizing on that. So I can just click on this. You have to make sure that you're clicking on this. If I'm writing a code, you see how it's different, like I'm inside this space. But if I want to like do some other commands that are quite different, I'll need to come outside, click on this particular place. See that is that cursor is no longer there. So you can just click on something like DD. There are some shortcuts that you have. Like if I want to create a cell down below, I'll just click on B and it's going to create that cell. If I want to create a cell up above, let's say I'm writing that print hello word again so that you see that it's actually creating it above that particular cell. Print hello world. And then shoot and enter. So if I want to see create a cell up here, what I just need to do is click on this. Yeah. Now, if you want to create a cell up above here, like I was saying the other time, if you want to create a cell there, you can just click on here. Or if you forget any of these commands, you can just come here. Like this is insert cell below. So you can just easily insert another cell below. And that's it. So you can cut this cell maybe to paste somewhere else or something. There are a lot of interesting commands there that you can use. Okay, so now to do something like what I did here, this one is where you write your Python code. But to do something like what I did here, like to write this markdown, although you need like further training to be able to like write, or some commands or something to be able to like write this markdown. So to change it, maybe it's a cell that you do not want to like write too much things there. You can just click on change this, instead of having this as a Python code, as code. Yeah, you can just change it to a markdown. So you see, it's no longer a code. Even if I click on shift enter, it's going to like it's just like I wrote a text, not a code. I'm not doing anything here at all. It's just a text. It's not a code at this point because it's something like a markdown. It's just like you're writing in your Word, like your Microsoft Word or your any Word software. So yeah, it's just normal words. You can write as many words as possible, and if you click on shift enter, nothing happens because it's no longer a code line. But for this one now, let's say if I have this right here, this is still a code line. So why okay, it's in codes. Print. I think I need to zoom in. I did not notice that I was not zooming in. Okay, so let me zoom in. Yeah, I think my text were too small. Yeah, so you have print hello world and yeah, you're fine with that. So you have print hello world, you have your command, you have your line, your code cell, you have the markdown cell, and that's just it. So you can use either one. So if you want some help with maybe some shortcuts or anything, just click on this, and you might have something about Jupyter Notebook. Can have some keyboard shortcuts. So let me zoom back out. So if you want to like definitely know Ctrl Z, and to undo you do Ctrl Z. I think Ctrl Y still works too. Interrupt, you can click on high and high again. You start getting all of this. There are a lot of commands that you have here that you can use. Even I do not have everything at the top of my head, but yeah, most of it is still something that I know. So that's just how it works. Okay, So are we together now? Do we have any questions before I move further? Hello? Any questions so far?
You can continue, ma.
Okay. So yeah, I think I said this before the rest of you came in the other time. I said this earlier. I think how this works for everybody is when I ask something, I would expect a response. If it's not even like using your words, you can just send click on an emoji on the screen just to show that you're following along with the class, not just there. I want to know that you are engaging with the class, that you're with me. This is not like a physical class. I would not exactly something like a thumbs up or something. So I would not be able to like know if you're with me or if you are totally lost. So responding, interacting with the class, if you cannot unmute yourself at that particular point, you can just show something to say that you're with us. Okay. So I would really, really appreciate that. And that would even make the class more interactive. Everybody would be flowing at the same time. Nobody would be lost. And then if you have questions, like I said, feel free to ask the questions. If you cannot unmute yourself, just text something in the classroom room, and I'll be able to like respond to it. Are we on the same page right now? If we're on the same page, let me see thumbs up. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
we're in same page.
Yeah, cool. All right. Thank you. So, that's good. We are flowing. Okay, so earlier I actually showed you how to open Jupyter Notebook. So once you open it, you should take it like home, and you have to navigate to where you have that file. I sent a file to the group earlier, which is this getting started with Python file. And to open, just double click on it, but you have to first navigate to where it is. So yeah, if you have any question on that, let me just know. So just click on it, open it, and then you have it showing up here like this. Okay, so now since I think we have an idea of how your Jupyter Notebook works, how to run a particular Python script, yeah, I think we can now move on to like asking what Python is and what it is about. So Python is one of the most popular programming languages in the world. I know you would have had the hype about Python this, Python that, Python there, Python here, and all of those things. So there are a lot of other programming languages actually. We have JavaScript, we have C, we have C Sharp, we have R, we have MATLAB, we have a whole lot of other programming languages. But what makes Python stand out are a lot of things. Like one of it is that it's easy to learn and it's easy to read, more or less like you're reading English language. And you're reading it line by line. After this one runs, definitely the next one will go on. Like you're reading, it's just like the old script is running line by line. So if you have multiple lines of code, like it's going to run from top to bottom. And then the way you read it is going to like be something that is more or less understandable, like you're reading English language. So it's easy to learn and it's easy to read. Another thing is that it's versatile. You'd maybe if you're someone that is interested in data science later on, or yeah, you'd hear the conversation about what's like a programming language called R and Python. Like people compare them a lot. And R is very, very good when it comes to research, statistics, and all of those things. It has a lot of libraries packed in it that would allow you to run some things easily. But when it comes to versatility, that Python has a better advantage over how, because you can easily integrate whatever code that you have into another web, maybe another web app or an AI or something that is automated or something. So you can easily use it for different things, not just the statistics or research that you're doing about particular things. So which is why Python is sometimes more preferable for some programmers than just using R. And then another reason is that it's very, it's like that's a lot of libraries in it, and that's the community around it. Like, and most of the libraries in Python are free. You use them for free. There are some apps like, even I don't want to start mentioning them as well. There's some programming languages that you have to like install a lot of things, or you buy a lot of things to use them. But with Python, most of the libraries in Python are free. You have them online for free, and then you can easily use them for different purposes. No qualms. And that's a huge community. It has like a rich documentation. Like, you can easily find any documentation on it. Maybe even from your Jupyter notebook, you later see that maybe there's a particular function that you have never had. There are a lot of functions in Python, or even programming languages, that you would never even think of using, or you would not know how to use them at that particular point. But Python has a way of explaining what each of these functions mean, or what a library does, to explain it in as much detail as possible, that you will be able to like find, you as a user, you will be able to like easily use it. Okay, so that's just one interesting thing about Python. Okay, so Python is an interpreted language. Yeah, we know where there are some compiler languages like C. Yeah, I think Python is even based on C somehow. So yeah, there's some compiler languages that you have to like compile, find a lot of things to compile before you run, before it gives you whatever result like you need. So, but Python is an interpreted language, which means that you can run your code line by line, and then you've seen that, right? You'll see the results immediately. So that's one of the reasons why, even as a beginner, it's very cool for you. So yeah, I can see your tons of green. I can see that. So yeah, I think we've answered this question for why Python is used in different industries, for fields like data science, like you can use data cleaning, analysis, visualization. There are a lot of libraries for data science, especially for um for data analysis, for artificial intelligence, for data science, for cleaning data, for like there are a lot of libraries. You hear something like pandas, you hear something like what's it called? What PyTorch. Yeah. You hear something like PyTorch, you hear something like TensorFlow, you hear Seaborn, you hear a lot of those jargons when it comes to data science. And there are all libraries that are in Python, embedded in Python, or you can easily import into Python, even if they're third-party libraries. Then for web development, you can use it to create websites. You can use Python to create websites. So there are some frameworks in Python that allow you to do that. So like Django and Flask. I think there's another one, Fast API or something. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So Django and Flask, you can use them. Then for automation, you can use them for machine learning. You can use them for IoT, which is Internet of Things. You can use them for scripting. There are a lot of things that you can use them for. So so this one is just a bonus. Simple syntax allows you to focus on what you want to do rather than how you want to do it. So there are some programming languages like C. Now you take time. It's like be able to like say, okay, how do I want to do this thing? But with Python, you can easily say, okay, yeah, you can focus on what you want to do, because you're just reading English language. You can just write what you want to do down. Like maybe you want to like add something together. Okay, I want to add, then after adding, I want to do this. I want to go back to this particular list. I want to do all of those things. So yeah, so it's simple syntax allows you to focus on what you want to do rather than just how you want to do it. So we've covered how to install Anaconda. Yeah, and how to open Anaconda Navigator and launch your Dynamics book, or even without, once you open it once, you'll be able to like easily open it without easily open Jupyter Notebook without opening Anaconda Navigator, because we saw it the other time how slow it was for us to get to open, and it takes a while for you to open Anaconda Navigator because there are a lot of things in it. So it's definitely, it's like what should I call it? Like a starter pack to something. Like it's a whole package on its own. It has VS Code in it. It has a lot of things in it. When you install it, you save. So yeah, I think we saw how to create a new notebook. Yeah, you can also use if you are having difficulty installing Anaconda, for instance, and you probably want to follow along with this class at this moment. You can just use Google Colab. And that one is just, as long as your internet is okay, you can easily use Google Colab. So just go online, search for Google Colab. Or I should have just written Colab. Yeah. So just search for Google Colab, open it, and you are in for free. As long as you have free, so as long as you have space. So you can open Colab like this. I could have just created a new notebook straight up from there, but I want to show you something that are here. So I want to, yeah. So it's going to show up somewhat like this. So if you have like in your Google Drive, you have like a Jupyter notebook that you want to open, you can just click on, go to your Google Drive to find it. So if the file you want to open, like this one that we just downloaded, if it is on your desktop instead, so you can just click on upload and browse for the file and open it. Look for wherever it is in the desktop and open it. So it's going to upload and then you can open it. So, but if you want to create a new notebook, just click on new notebook. And then, yeah, it looks more or less like it has the same interface as Jupyter Notebook. So it's easy and free to use. So you can start coding. See, you can code here. You can use the same shift enter that I was using the other time to run it, or you can just click on run or run all, or you can just run a single thing. So yeah, but the fastest way definitely is just to click on this. So yeah, you can work with this. See, you can write print hello world and you can free. So if you're still downloading and you want to follow along with this class, you can just open Google Colab. Yeah, so it's free to use since you have your Chrome, so you will not have any issues with that. So I don't know why this one is taking too long to load. Probably my network or something. Yeah, so you have Hello World. That's it. Very easy to use. Navigate. So yeah, but if you do not have, maybe you want to work, the disadvantage is that you need internet for it to work. But if you do not have like internet and you are just at home, you want to probably practice what we've done in the class, I would advise that you just make sure that you install Jupyter Notebook because you do not need internet for that to work. Although it's open in your browser, but you do not need internet. Okay, so that's just how the whole thing works. Are we still together? Are we on the same page? Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, now let's talk about comments. Now we've seen like this Python, like out this Python code runs. If I run this, you have hello Python. Yeah. Now, if I would know, maybe I want to like have like a note in my code, like an instruction to say this is what this code does. To understand whatever it is I have in that particular code. And definitely, I do not want it to run alongside whatever it is, whatever code that I am running. Like this is the code that I'm trying to run. Let me zoom in. Okay, so this is the code that I'm actually trying to run. But I need to like just write something that explains this code. So I can just write what we will do is just like a comment. You have a comment that you want to like make to explain whatever code that you have in the next line or even besides. You can write your comment here as well. So, but whenever you want to write a comment, you start with this hash button in Python there. You have to start with hash button, then you can say this is another comment. So you see how it is grayed out here. So this is another So this is another comment here. You can write it beside it here, but make sure you're not writing it before it. Because if I should write hash here right now, it's going to make everything comment. So you see how it is grayed out compared to how it was before. So yeah. So but if you write it after whatever code that you're right, that you have, it's still fine. But you write it in a different line on top like this. So you can have hash. This is a comment. So you have your first code. So if I run this now, you see this is the only thing that runs. This is our command that we give. This is our code. So that's definitely, it's going to only print out what I told it to do. So it's printing out comments, make code video, something like that. So this one is another comment. This is another comment. Okay. So you have different ways to write your comment. You can also have like a multi-line comment, like you can have another comment here like this. Another comment, you can say, okay, just another one. Yeah, this shows you that this is another comment here. So it's just a line of code that Python will definitely ignore it. It would not run it. It's not going to see it as a code. And it's also useful, like probably when you want to have the code, but you do not want it to run at that particular moment. Let's assume that I have another command here right now, like saying print. I have two heads, for instance. I know that I don't have two heads. So at the point I felt like, okay, I do not want this print I have two heads to run at this particular point. So what I will do in that case is I can just comment this out. This is a line of code, right? But I do not want it to run at this point. So I just commented it out so that it should not run. Python will see it like as a comment. It will ignore it. So I can just run this and I'll still have just comments make code readable. But if I want it to run, definitely I need to just delete it right there. Okay, so I can run it and I have two lines. It's printed comments make code readable and printed to it as well. Okay, are we together?
Yes, ma'am. Very true.
Okay. Okay, so now there are some things that you should take note of with Python. Yeah, you have to make sure that there are there are some unnecessary space. Let's assume that you put space like this now. Yeah, you're going to have an error because there's this unexpected space. Python is very sensitive about things like that. There's this unexpected indent. It's called indentation. You see, you have an indentation error now, unexpected indent. Because Python is not expecting any indentation. There are some use cases for indentation. I will see it in other classes. Maybe when we get to stuff like loops and then conditional statements. So yeah, but we do not need that space, those four empty spaces that we have there. There's no need for indentation on that particular point. So you need to be very careful about unnecessary white spaces in your code. Okay, so like that one. Another thing is Python is very case sensitive. Like let's assume that you wrote print like this. Print is a command, like I said earlier, that allows you to print whatever it is you want to print that you have inside that box out. So if I wrote print with maybe capital P or not exactly this print, you see everything is in lowercase right now. But if I should write print as capital P or mistakenly, I write print this way. And let me just copy this. Like that. And I run this. I will have an error because print is not a defined function. There is a name error. It doesn't understand. Python does not understand what this print means. So it does not understand. So Python is very case sensitive. So you need to be careful about how you write some particular command. Okay. So yeah, you have to make most functions in Python, you would even have them in lower cases, not in upper cases or even mixed cases like this. So you'd always have them in lower cases, most functions. This is a function that Python recognizes. So you have to write it the way it recognizes it. No middle ground for that at all. Okay? Are we still together? Are we on the same page? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, yeah, I think this line is not supposed to be here, probably down there, but yeah, we're still on the same page. So now let's talk about variables and all of those things. Okay. You can think of variables as a container. Okay? A variable is like a container that you can use to store any data value. So let's take, for instance, this, let me use the example we've been using before. Like that hello world now, I can put it in a variable like greeting equals hello world. You know, before we were just like, when we were printing hello world or hello Python, whatever it is we were printing before, what we were doing is we were just putting it inside that hello world, what we wanted to print out, we were putting it there, like they are just naked like that. But what if we put them in a container before we now decide to like print them out? Because there are some times that we might need to use those exact words again. Or like in this case of this age, for instance, I might need to use this age again. I might need to reuse them. So to keep my work neat and everything, I might decide to like create a container that will store that particular thing so that I'll be able to like easily reuse it the next time I need it. I can call for it again. So like this, take for instance, instead of just printing hello world like this, I can just put it inside a container. So the container is these greetings now. I named the container, which in this case we're calling variables. This is a variable. Greetings is a variable that contains hello world. You see, Python is easy. It's just English, okay? So it's just English. So hello world is contained in greetings, okay? So like, let's say for instance, if I want to print this out now, I can just say print greetings. And it's going to just print it straight up like that. So I said it should print greetings, but what is greetings? Greetings is hello world because I assigned this thing to this particular variable called greetings. So what is in greetings now is hello world. It's just like instead of just having, you need to, if you need to put something in water, I mean, hey, if you need to contain water in something, you need to put inside the container, right? So you put the water inside the container. So instead of just pouring the water straight up from a big keg, you put inside the small cup, and then you pour the, if you want to drink it, you take the cup, right? So it's the same logic here. You, instead of just leaving hello world flying around like that, you put it in a container called greetings so that you'll be able to like call that greetings as many times as possible. I can even come here again and say print greetings 2 times. If I want to print it 2 times, I can just say greetings. That's one way to do it about this. Times 2. So it's going to print hello world twice. And that's it. So you see how I can keep reusing that particular container. That variable. I'll stop saying container now so that you get familiar with the word variables, with the term variables. So if I can just keep using that variable over and over again, and yeah, nobody would die. Sorry, that was a joke. Yeah, so keep saying, calling greetings over and over again without any problem. Are we on the same page now? Hello, are we there? Hello, anybody home? Are we together? Where is everybody? I can only see one person here. Okay, 2%. Are we on the same page? Did we get that? What we call variables? Hello. I hope our network is okay. Hello. Am I the only one here?
I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So do we get what we said so far? Are we on the same page? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please, can you come again? The-
Which parts?
About the greeting.
Okay. So I was saying, greetings is like a container. Like we're talking about variables, right? So it says variables are used to store data values, like they're like containers, right? So like before we've been printing hello world in quotes like this, we've been printing them like that. So yeah, but there are times that we might need to like just put them in a particular container so that you'll be able to like call for them over and over again. So that's just what we did here. We assigned this variable hello world to greetings variable so that it will be contained inside these greetings. So that we will not have to like say print hello world again. Once we say print greetings, it's just going to print, give you what is inside greetings. And whatever is what's in greetings is hello world. So just printed the hello world out immediately. And then for this, I just showed you how you can reuse it again. So if you had not created a variable called greetings, you would not be able to like call it again and then multiply it by 2 so that you have two hello words printed twice on this particular line. So that's what I just said, that variable is just like a container that keeps something for you so that you'll be able to like call them anytime you need them. Okay. So, like, let's say for instance, this name now, this is a name, Zainab is a name. So I assigned it to this variable called name. Then age 25, I assigned it to another variable called age. Then this is another value, true, I assigned it to this is student variable. Such that if I say print name, age, and is student, see what happens. Name, since name, what is contained in name? This is a variable, right? So what is contained in name is Zainab. What is in age is 25. What is in is student is true. So that's exactly what we're going to see on our screen. So Zainab 25 true. Do you get it now? Because these ones are variables and they are okay to be called that way. Are we on the same page now? Do we get it now? Hello?
I get it, one.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand. I understand.
Okay, cool. All right. So now there are some naming conventions. You just don't just give variable names. You don't just create names. You have to, there are some conventions, there are some rules that you have to follow whenever you're creating variable names. So like variables can contain letters, numbers, and underscores. So you can have letters and numbers and underscores, just ABC numbers, but no other characters, just letters, numbers, and underscore. You cannot just add dollar sign or hash to a variable name, even if you put hash right now in the middle of this. You remember what hash does, right? You just comment it out. So you would not even be able to like use hash, and you would not be able to like use dollar. Because if I should run this now, you see there's a syntax error. What's dollar doing here? It's even giving you like a direct reason why there's an error in this cell. So the only name that is allowed, the only characters that are allowed are letters, numbers, and underscore. See, this is underscore right now. So you cannot use any other character besides that, besides those ones. Now, The next thing is that a variable name must start with a letter or underscore. So you cannot start a variable name with a number. You can only start it with a letter like this, or you can start with an underscore. So I can just put an underscore here and it will still be fine. So that means I need to write it exactly this way, and I will still be fine. No problem. But if I should change this to, let's say, 2, and then you see it's even giving already showing you signs that it's not going to work. So you cannot start with a number. You can only start with a letter or underscore. So you see, there's another arrow and it's pointing directly to that 2 that you added there. So yeah, you cannot have that. You cannot do that. So you can only start, it can contain letters, numbers. You can have number like this, maybe at the end or even in the middle, and you'll be fine. But you cannot have it at the beginning. That's the only thing. You can have it somewhere here and here, and you'll be fine. So it must start with a letter or an underscore. Okay, so we've already said this cannot start with a number. They cannot contain spaces or special characters. We talked about the special characters like hash, dollar, percent. You cannot, because all of these things, they have specific use in Python. You cannot just use those characters anyhow. They have like that hash. We've seen what hash does. That percent sign, when we get to operators, you see what the percent sign means. So you cannot just use it in a variable name or anywhere, just anyhow in Python code. So yeah, then remember I was saying something about spaces the other time, that you cannot just use spaces anyhow in Python. Spaces have significant use in Python, so you cannot use them anyhow. There are some programming languages that would allow you to use spaces anyhow you want, and your codes will still run. But the same thing is not true in Python. So let's assume that I put space here. This is already telling me that this is no longer age. This is age and then key somewhere, which does not make sense to Python, such that if I should run this, I'm going to have that invalid syntax, because this syntax is not allowed. So don't put, so, or let's assume that instead of this is students now, definitely it's supposed to be space, right? But no, it's not understanding. So when you have spaces like that, you can just replace, maybe you have more than a word. Instead of space, you can just use an underscore. Okay? So yeah, so it is not, it cannot contain spaces or other special characters. Then another thing is, it is case sensitive. Okay, so let's assume that this is age, right? If I change this to capital here, remember I said Python is very case sensitive, so you have to be careful. Now, this is age with a capital A, but you are saying it should print, let me do something first. Okay, so now, this is age, right? It is different from this age here, because this one is this is age with a capital K, and this one is age with a small a. They are different. Do you get? There are two different things. There are two different variables. Let me put it that way. There are two different variables. This variable is different from this variable because of the case. Okay, so such that if I should print this, you see, age is not defined because it does not exist. I only have a capital H, but once I change this to capital A, it's going to change just like that. Do you get it? So it cannot be, yeah, it cannot be, it's case sensitive. Yeah, and then it cannot be a Python keyword. Now, there are some keywords in Python that are meant for some specific purpose, that you cannot just use them as variable names. Like, take for instance, I cannot use DEF, I think so, as a variable. You see, the moment I even wrote it, you see how green it is. This is used when you want to create a function. So if I say DEF equals to P equals to P, and then I say print DEF. It's not even get down. You see, there's an error here because DEF is a Python keyword. It has a specific purpose that it exists for. It is used when you want to create functions. You see that later. I think that's with 3 or something, or with 2. So yeah, you will not be able to like use DF. So it's a Python keyword. So how do you get to know Python keyword? There are some lists here that already you can do import keyword and keyword.scales. These are some of the keywords that you have there. So you cannot use false, cannot use none, cannot use true as keywords. As variable names, sorry, cannot use them as variable names. Okay, so there's something I did not include in the notes. I'm sorry about that. Now there's different syntax for writing naming conventions for writing names, and there are three major ones. We have the camel case, we have the Pascal case, and we have the snake case. An example of a case, maybe, and they're used when you have like more than a word. Let's assume this is student, for instance. You know, it's more than a word, you have 2 words. Or let me say, my name is, those are something like that. So if you want to like, you know, they're supposed to contain spaces, right? But you do not want to like use them as spaces. So there are 3 ways that are recommended to, so that whenever anybody sees it, they'll be able to like quickly recognize what you mean there. So the first one is the snake case. So you can say something like is student's name, something like this. Yeah, this is an example of a snake case. So let me just write that. So this is a student's name, yeah? That's an example. Then you have Pascal case. So for snake case, that means you have spaces, underscore between each word. Like how snakes are joined together like a chain. It's like a chain. So if you want to have another word, although it's not advisable to have a variable name that is this long, something like this. Yeah. So you can keep chaining them like that with underscores. Then for Pascal case, so for Pascal case, what you have is that for each word you have for each letter of the first word, you have them as capital letter. Each first letter of each word, first letter of each word is written in capital letter like this. Is student name. So it's more readable that way. Then for camel case, only the first letter of the first word is in capital letter. Camel. So sorry, is student name like that. So yeah, that is how it is. So you just the first letter of the first word is written in capital letter. Oh, sorry, I mixed that up. So only the first letter of each word. Sorry, I mixed that up. My bad. Yeah, the first letter of each word, except the first word, is written in capital letter. Yeah, that's camel case. And you understand that from how camel hunch will be. So you see, it's going to like flow in this way. Let me draw that. So that's one trick in which you can use to remember that. That was what made me remember right now, actually. Because when I was writing it, it looked awkward. So, but when I remembered, oh, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be written, then you can use that trick as well to remember. So let me just take here. So when you have something like this. Camel's haunch is going to look somewhat like this. Abi? So definitely the first letter of the first word is written in lowercase, but the rest, they are just going up like that. So that's just a camel's haunch. I don't know how to draw the rest, but you understand what I am trying to drive at there. So the first letter of the first word of each word is written in capital letter, except the first word. That's just the trick to it. So that's the camel case. Then the Pascal case, the first letter of each word is written in capital letter. For snake case, just put underscore between each word. That's just it. Like a chain. So are we together? Do we get all of that? If you get it, just a thumbs up would be nice. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think we're going to I think we've absorbed a lot of things today. So we are going to stop there. So if you have any questions, this is the time to ask. Okay? So I'm waiting for you. Do you get all of that? So far, I think we've been able to install Anaconda and launch Jupyter Notebook. And if you're not able to do that at this moment, I showed you how you can use Google Colab. And then we went on to talk about what Python is about, what you can use it for. And then we also went on to talk about variables, writing comments, using the print statement, and then naming conventions for variables and all of that. So yeah, do we have any questions at this point? Yeah. I'm waiting. Mustafa and is it Rashid Abu? Am I correct? Or Rashida or something? Yeah. Rashid Abu Abu. Yeah. So yeah, let me know. Do you have any question? Are you guys still there?
Yeah, about the Pascal case and camel case.
Yeah.
The difference between the Pascal and camel case is Pascal case has start with capital letter.
Yeah, for each word, for the first letter of each word, yes. Is student's name. Yeah. For the first letter of
The camel
for the camel case, the first letter of each word, except the first word, is written in capital letter. Do you get it? That was why I drew this camel case
yes,
hunchback for you. You know how this camel's hunchback looks, right? So where it looks somewhat like this. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain. Do you get it now? Yeah? Still confused?
yes. I get it, man. I get it.
Okay, cool. Any other question? No question. All right, so we'll continue from here today. I don't want to overwhelm you with so much on the first day. So we are going to continue with this in notebook tomorrow, and then I think we do not have too much here to cover. So we will continue from here tomorrow. All right, so in the absence of no question or any other question, English. I would see you guys tomorrow, same time, 5 to 7. Yeah. And if you have questions about maybe your installation or any other question, just drop them in the group. I will attend to them. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Rashid, do you get everything so far? Are we good to go? Good to go. Good to go. Cool. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Take care. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, you're welcome. Take care. Ah.